There we go. I'm still new at this. So, hopefully that didn't jack anything up. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So there's going to be obviously a little delayed. Slightly delayed. But like this is live, but we won't even have that. You know, sometimes when I'm feeling cute, I have two screens up. But now, with the shop, we just have the TV out there. So, which... I don't know. Do you have a shop TV? Do you have music on for shop nights?
Music. And my dad's, yep. Yeah, everything was at my dad's house.
Okay.
Race car and everything.
So you're in Paddock Lake and your dad is?
Antioch.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what?
He's
10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe?
From the track? He's 3 stop signs. We're literally 5 minutes from the track.
Wow. Nice. So, you could technically pit at your house.
Could, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Autumn? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Racing Podcast. Tonight is presented by Vane Nelson and Sleep in Heavenly Peace. September 14th, this Saturday, we have a Sleep in Heavenly Peace bed build, 9 a.m. to noon, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The sprint car will be there around like 3 to 4 towards the end. And also, Crane Racing is doing a betting drive, so twin size betting only, or brand new quilts. Unfortunately, no hand-me-downs. But yeah, so there's over 500 kids that are sleeping on the floors, don't have beds. So Sleep in Heavenly Peace's mission is to lower that number. Thank you, Autumn, for tagging them in there. I'm not that professional yet, so thank you. Much appreciated. Autumn, real quickly, is Delia adopted yet? That's the little dog we had at the track. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's up for adoption. 3 months old, race ready.
Race ready.
Yeah, just don't put her by the fence though. She does not like the clay in her. Which we got some awesome videos for the vlog, which I still have yet to edit. But yeah, so Sleep in Heavenly Peace bed build, September 14th. If you donate bedding, or if you just stay for or do the bed build and stay for the racing, you get $5 off general admission, so that's pretty cool. And then with us tonight is Brandon Mertes, one of my favorite street stock drivers to watch, because he is a madman behind the wheel. Thank you, Brandon.
Yep, no problem.
So we'll get into more like you first. So you have the number 12.
Yep.
Why did you pick number 12?
I was always number 12 growing up for football.
For football?
Yep.
Okay. What position?
Anything really.
Anything?
I'll play anything, yeah.
Nice. What was your favorite position to play?
Running back.
Running back?
Yeah.
I could kind of see that with a street stock.
Yeah. Not that fast anymore.
Not that fast. Well, I mean, you think of the bus, like, you didn't have to be fast, but if they could get you.
Yep.
Yeah. How long did you play football?
Up until high school. So
up until
flag
high school.
to high school.
Flag to high school?
Yeah.
Nice. And what high school did you go to? Or schools?
Antioch.
Nice. So you've been always in the Paddock, Antioch area.
Yeah. Always Illinois area.
Illinois.
Yeah, and then
nice. Then you got smart, moved across the border.
Me and my wife moved over, yeah.
Nice. Your wife's name?
Victoria.
Nice. And you have
She goes by Tori. She doesn't like Victoria.
Oh, she doesn't. Oh, sorry. Tori. And then you have 2 kids.
2 kids.
Nice.
1 2-year-old and 2-month-old.
2-month-old. Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Going to be a new father.
Yeah.
Here. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Any words of advice?
They're a handful.
They're a handful.
2 years a handful right now.
2.
He's cool as hell, but he's a monster.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, seen them at the track. They look fun.
Yeah.
They look fun, especially when you run up front, you know. Get to be your kid's idol.
Yeah.
Do you wish that they race?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're pit crew, so I can keep racing, but yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So something in racing.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Do you have a nickname?
I do. Mister.
Mister?
Yeah. My parents my dad started with Mister from like Mr. Magoo.
Oh, Mr. Magoo. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I got the nickname Mister.
Nice. And then, do you have a racing name?
No.
Or at least not anyone's that told you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes those are the best ones. All right, Autumn, no, she's still here. Okay, cool. Push Truck Tony, awesome. You are live yet. The comments begin. Oh my goodness. Hey, I mean, what's up, Sean? Mr. Nice from Brian.
That's my cousin.
Nice. Does he come out to the track?
Yep.
Nice. You bring an army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every week.
And Yeah, like, was it like 10 guys sometimes? I feel like.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
What's up, IE? Jordan Funderburk, Dave Schutzen. Hey, Jordan, great job on your first heat race win on the 31st, that was? Yeah. So, good job. And way to beat the other two drivers that were in your heat. But enough about you, Brandon. Jordan. Let's get back to Brandon. There we go. What do you do for work?
I work at Southport Heating and Cooling. I'm a plumber for them.
Plumber. Nice. And how long have you done that?
7 years, almost 8 years. This will
Almost
be
8 years?
next month 8 years.
Okay. Wow. What do you do outside of racing? Hobbies, non-hobby.
Wednesdays I play bags.
Okay.
And then go camping with my wife and kids. And
Nice. What kind of camping? Like camping?
Camping, yeah.
Nice. Like pop-up tents and stuff like
camper,
that.
actual camper.
Okay. An actual
travel
camper.
trailer,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Awesome. How far have you gone to camp?
Not that far.
Not that far. Okay.
Probably up just past the Dells is probably the farthest we've camped so
Okay.
far.
Yeah, I mean
My
that's
dad has a permanent spot in Fort Atkinson. We go a lot.
okay. Gotcha. And then any hobbies outside of racing? I mean, I know as race car
Hang out
drivers.
with family and
Hang out with family.
Just,
Nice.
Yeah, just nothing really. No hobbies really.
Okay. Yeah, I mean racing is very time consuming.
Yeah.
And with a fender car, I can only imagine, just because with the sprint car, if we have body damage, we have a lot more issues than just the But with the
Body
street
damage,
stocks-
my dad takes care of all that.
Nice. So we were talking 2 weeks ago with Morgan, and we were talking about geometry and stuff with the modified. Is there a lot of geometry with the street stocks?
Not much you can do.
Okay.
It's all stock.
It's all stock. Okay.
You can do what you can get away with, I should say, but
Okay.
yeah, it's all. It's just set it up normal, and there's not much to adjust to make it.
Okay.
I should say cheater-ish, but
Okay.
it's just
Within the rules. There's
within
not
the
really-
rules. Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's not much to do.
do you run like a stock spring, or you can run any kind of stiffness of spring?
Any kind of stiffness of
Okay.
spring, just aftermarket spring for sure.
Okay.
But not stock.
Not stock. Okay. Gotcha. What did you do before racing, which was football? But I wrote this question and I was like, oh wait, we already touched that. But here, let me rephrase it. What did you do racing-wise before street stocks?
Nothing.
Nothing?
In the street stocks. My dad used to race at Lake Geneva in the street stock division.
Okay.
And then around 2010-ish, I helped Jason Conrad, which is in a modified now.
Yeah.
Helped him that first year, and then we ended up getting a street stock for 2011. I raced since then.
Okay. So, Lake Geneva was
Closed 2006.
Yeah,
so
that's
we didn't
right.
do nothing really for the 4
Pave-
years.
Okay, so you didn't do any pavement. You just kind of went.
Didn't do no payment. Nope.
Nice.
The 2010, what started it was my dad did the Bahama brackets at Rockford.
Okay.
That's when we kind of started getting back in racing in 2010 with him, and then
Okay.
Jason got hooked up and built the car, and
Nice.
then we got our own car.
Nice. So, have you ever raced for anyone, or have you always been in your house car?
House car.
House car. Okay. Because sprint cars and some modified stuff, and
I wish.
Are there drivers in street stocks that drive for people?
I would say no. I don't think so. Like
No.
when 2011 or 12, Rossman offered.
Okay.
He offered. He's like, hey, I'll build
Pat.
your car. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Never did it though.
Never did it.
No.
I mean, he jumps into the street stock every now and then. He's pretty quick still.
Yep.
No wonder why his kid's so fast. Where do you want racing to take you?
Wherever. I mean,
Wherever.
Nothing crazy. I'd
Nothing
like to
crazy.
go to eventually to a stock car or something, just
Stock-
to move up a little
okay.
bit. But the travel is just holding you back.
Yeah. Stock car
Pretty much like us, but the IMC stock cars.
Oh, IMC because okay. So no modified really. I mean,
no, I wouldn't
late
try. I
model.
would maybe try, but
Yeah, that's one thing. Trying and
Yeah.
committing is two
Yeah.
different things. I would try everything. Committing to
I'll
everything,
try
I don't know.
everything. Yeah, I'll try to see what works best.
Yeah. And then do you remember your first laps ever in the race car?
Yep. We went to go pack the track That's when we packed the track back in the day.
Okay.
And went in the corner, and the car just did this, and I hit the guy next to me, and popped his tire, and that was it. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, man, street stocks packing that come back with like what, probably 100 pounds of clay underneath the fenders and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez, and I guess because we went to watch sprint cars at Wilmot, but it was always when the IRA was there. It wasn't like a family night show.
No.
It was always like a special, like IRA or Badger Midgets or USAC, World Outlaws would really
us
go.
would go pack the track.
Jeez. So are you happy that the Wingless and the Wing 604s are there now to kind of pack?
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I noticed for the Benchies Awards, which is November 18th, we'll be going through all our predictions back from January, and drivers that passed the most, lost the most spots, all that stuff. But you guys don't qualify.
We don't qualify anymore. I guess they go based off IMCA points something.
Okay.
I don't like it, but
yeah. What's the perfect format for you, or for Brandon? Not necessarily.
I just like what we had.
Okay.
I didn't like the 1 point per position kind of blows.
So passing points.
Points and qualifying, and I think it would have been a lot different of a points arrangement than what we had.
Yeah.
Go on.
So did they change it halfway through, or is it just kind of like
first 2 weeks we were normal, and then they changed it, and then they said they were going IMCA style for the mods, us, and bandits, I believe.
Okay. Do you think in the long run that's the better step? Or
it could be, yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you just got to be on your game every week.
Yeah. I mean, it takes the points chase out of it, I guess, a little bit if you know like you can't.
Yeah.
Like like us, like I know we can't chase a championship, but like when we're on our game, we're on our game.
Well, that's when I won the feature this year. I was like, I threw 2 completely different shocks on the car. I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I win the feature and I move up 2 spots, and then I move up another spot in points. I'm like, okay, maybe we have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll come back to the comments real quickly. Because earlier this year, the Wingless were up at Plymouth, so I was like, well, I'm not going up there. I'll just go to Wilmot and watch. So Dave, myself, Matt, I think Maddie was there, his daughter, and we were watching. And, of course, what you do when you watch racing, you look at the cars and you're like, okay, I got this guy, I got this guy. So you were starting last
In the
feature.
Yeah.
And Dave and my brother, Nathan bet Dave bet $20 that you would win the feature.
Probably when I got a flat tire.
If you didn't have the flat tire. so
yeah, I had 2 of those to start the season off with. That wasn't that good.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I had to lead it both times.
Oh, man, and I was like when I was watching it happen, I was like, man, he could do it. Like at first, the first few laps, I'm like, oh, Brandon, you got top 3, top 5. But then halfway through the feature, and you're already up to 4th or whatever. I'm like, yeah he's gonna win. Crap, I knew I should have went in on that bet.
Yeah, I had 2 of those
back to back. Yeah,
back to back.
Those always suck. They're the worst. Cool. So let's go to some comments here. I.e. congrats, Mr. Slide Job, on your feature win. Thank you. I'm sure you threw a slide or two, a time or two. Thank you, Jack Eschbach. Great race. What's up, Morgan? Jack Eschbach Fender. Car race Saturday night was awesome. Street Stocks put on a great show. We'll be getting his side of the story here's in a second. What's up, David Crane? And then, Dave, they almost had a Royal Rumble. So that is a perfect segue into our first topic presented by Next Gen Pumps, better known American-made warranty like no other. If you need some pump, check out Tom Brown in Silver Lakes, or if you need Hoosier tires at Wilmot, check out Tom Brown at Next Gen Pumps. What happened in the feature? Speedway Highlights has it, so after the episode, because you want to hear what he has to say about it. It's on Facebook, but not YouTube. So, yeah, not on YouTube. Figured that out right before the show. And Charlie Lane, of course, Street Stocks are always the show. Yes. So, in the morning, I was like, hey, I am so happy that it's like Street Stock Championship. And I was like, man, I just hope the Wingless isn't the first feature or the feature before or after, so I could watch it. We're the last feature, you're the first feature. What am I doing? I'm second guessing everything about my car, right? So
and it paid off.
It paid off, but man, I missed it because I saw like the first few laps.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, the track's not really changing the way I thought, so I went back. And then you come in the pits and get out of the car. My take was a little heated. A little hot.
A little heated, yeah. I was a little mad.
Right, and then next thing I know, we got crews and Cuck's houses are involved and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what their whole deal was. They're up in the, I guess supposedly they're up in the stands talking mad shit, what we heard from a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever. I mean, they come down and race with us if you get whatever, but just got the 1 hour had me. We went in the corner. I drove it in a little extra deep. And gave him as soon as I gave him my nose to his window, he cut me off.
Okay.
So then I just stayed in the gas up to the track.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That triggered something. Yes, I was watching it, and then I walked away for a split second to look at the board, and when I came back, people were yelling at each other.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I should get out of here. I don't want to get mixed up.
Even the week before, we had Blake Kreiser's family members said something to Scott and his buddies because they were talking shit at the fence. I'm not sure why, but
okay. I mean, so is that, I guess, normal-ish in the street stocks?
I mean, he don't have a street stock, so I don't know why he'd be talking shit.
I mean, to your point, and I know Scott's watching, so hi Scott. Like, like when people like, I do get like going to like the Admirals game and heckling the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
The goalie.
Yeah,
that's so much fun, right?
Yeah.
So is it that, or is it a little step past that? I mean, I guess that's to each his own, but I mean, Scott, like, let us know why you're jumping in, because I'd like to know too. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to have Scott Cook's house on here just because I looked up to him when I was like 8 years old, watching him just rail and modified around the track. But yeah, so that's what, and I was a little bit confused too, because like, saw your crew, but then you bring an army, and your cruiser brings an army, especially with the championship on the line too. So I couldn't tell who was with who. But then I start seeing them walking down, and then I hear Cox House is involved, and I'm like, was he in a street stock tonight? Like, So, yeah, just very interesting. So, just more typical street stock racing.
Typical street stock racing, yeah.
Okay. Do you like that aspect of it?
So-so.
So-so.
I
okay.
mean, sometimes, but not really.
Not really. Okay. Yeah, I mean.
If you say something, come down to our pits. Come say it to our face if you got anything to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I do appreciate that. When I was in Indiana, I had a kid try to kill me one time in the 410. Just threw a slider from, we were racing in Indiana, so he threw a slider from like Florida or something. Like he came from a half chute behind me to throw it, and like threw it just as I was diamonding to try to get a run on the guy, and and I could see his right rear, could read it.
Yeah, really.
Right, and then drove off into the sunset. Luckily, we didn't wreck. But then on the cooldown lap, I caught him.
Yeah.
and I jumped my right rear on his left front, right? May or may have not given him the bird. But when it came back into the pit, get out of the car, and there's this 15-year-old kid standing there in a suit. And I'm like, was that you? And he was like, yeah, I am so sorry. And I'm like, okay, I will not repay that because you came. You're 15 years old, and there's not even a father, no nothing. So, yeah, I guess, respect obviously goes both ways. But yeah. So let's talk about your year a little bit. So just at Wilmot, do you travel anywhere else besides Wilmot?
This year we've gone to Gravity. I have another shoot stock.
Okay.
My brother-in-law owns it, and he's like, hey, we were originally going to race it at Wilmot, but we went to practice and the stub was bent. So it didn't want to turn good, so we sent it back to the chassis builder, got a new stud put on, and then my car actually got wrecked at 141 at the end of the season, so I'm racing my dad's car now.
Okay. Gotcha.
So then we were like, we're just going to run this car all season and then figure what we're going to do off.
Okay.
So I took that car. Once we got it back fixed, I took it to Gravity. Lost the heat race by inches. Finished third in the feature. And then took it to Beaver Dam once. And then took this car, a yellow car, to Beaver Dam twice.
Okay.
and then we'll run the Wilmot special, and then we'll go to 141 special, and then Beaver Dam special.
Nice. So you still got, what is that, like 3, 4 races?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 races.
Yeah.
Wow.
As much as we raced the Wilmot.
Yeah. Shots fired. I mean, I'm always up for the fender cars, modifieds. I mean, I don't know. I would almost prefer like to have like alternating weekends of like fender cars, and then and I guess I would consider a modified a fender car.
Yeah.
I mean, they're open wheel, but
yeah,
they lean on each other, but like have fenders and then have open wheels.
Yeah.
So you could have your 604s, winged, wingless, lightning, and then everyone gets more. Do you actually like having 7 races for points? No, you want more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad raced at Lake Geneva. I think it was 26 nights.
26? Yeah. At one track.
At one track.
Yeah. Yeah, that is nice.
I mean, you win it. I mean, it's cool winning the championship, but hey, I said 7 races. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Circle City's they've only had 6, and they started in May and they end in October. We're 2 points out. But what I figured out was, like, when there's 6, like, you have to be on. You can't have a flat tire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So just you having 2 flat tires.
2 flat tires and a broken ball joint the first 3 nights. So.
And then you're still within a mathematical shot at the championship. Was going and was good. So you would prefer more races then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But you got 3 heat race wins, an A main win. You've passed 18 cars. And, of course, this is from starting spot in the feature. And then I don't like to kick a man when he's down, so if you DNF, I don't count those as lost spots. So you passed 18 cars, and you've only lost 7 spots all year. So that's pretty good. That's really good. And I think that is 4th highest.
4th highest.
Yeah. I mean, Dustin's got you beat by 3, Blake Cruiser, but he won the championship, so he's got to be moving, and then Gehrig. Which he wasn't a member, though, right?
He wasn't a member.
Yeah, because he's been running good all year, and then I don't see him on points. I'm
like, he was like, was debating, and then he was like, you can't sign up that late.
Yeah. What do you think about the Wilmot memberships?
We'll see. Hopefully it works out for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do something, throw it towards the points like they said they were.
Yeah.
For the banquet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a better product if the way that they, like, of course, like, I think that Wilmot is going in the right direction.
Yes.
Not every step has been forward. There's been a few steps back or to the side or whatever, but I really wish that they would have maybe planned those 2 posts differently.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, here you got to pay this much money for your spot. Oh, and by the way, like, I hope maybe next year that that's all wrapped into like the whole thing. Like, if you're a member, you get a reserve spot. But yeah, we'll see. So I think you finished 4th in points then, right? Because I saw that was it Tim's behind you? He was like, but he was not right behind you, but close enough with the DM, which you said right before we went live that you thought they said to go to the trailer.
I thought they told me to go to the trailer
instead of the tail.
I heard trailer.
I mean, maybe you saved the Tigers.
I could have screaming in my helmet too. So
yeah, I do that too. What are you doing, Crane? What are you doing? And then you had 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s, which is again crazy with 2 flat tires and a broken ball joint. When you think 7 features and 5 top 5, so that's pretty good. And then driving blind. On August 31st.
That was interesting. Well, I made a little contact. Must have lost the hood pins, and hood came up a little bit, and all of a sudden it just over the top. I was able to see enough, and then like when Blake pulled up next to me, I was like, okay, cool. Hit the gas, go through the corner, slow down because I was worried about the wall, the new wall they extended. Yeah. So I was kind of worried about that. And then Josh got next to me, so I hammered the gas again. I was like, okay, I'm looking right at him, so I'm just going to follow kind of where he's at. And then the hood moved over, and I just
kind of lost where it was.
Yeah,
because I saw, I was watching, I think I was watching Dustin, but like I saw when you came off the corner or whatever, I saw it start to flop. And I was with some friends. I'm like, watch 12. And as soon as I said watch 12, like that.
I was like, oh. And there was one hood pin was holding it on. I'm like, come on, just fly off.
Fly off. So then we had a new fan a new fan for us, a fan of Wilmot Raceway sitting in front of us. So then you stopped, and he's like, why aren't they pulling it off? And I'm assuming that's just because
they couldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't.
You have to go back to the
I
work
guess.
area.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a hood pin.
Yeah,
it's a hood pin. Yeah.
But I don't even know why they threw the car. Like they threw. I don't know. Like if the thing flew off and went flying in the stands. I mean, that's safety.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think the caution would have been on. I asked them, but they said, just pull over. Okay.
Wow. But hey, you did a hell of a job for not seeing where you're going for. That was about 2 laps, I feel like.
I think it was 2 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you only lost like 2 spots. And I'm like, he might actually.
Yeah.
He might still have a top 5 here.
Because I know I slowed down one time and I got hit in the back. And I was like, I can't see.
Yeah. If you could see what I could see. And Autumn here. Yep, I'm here for the how to drive blind content. Yes. So yeah, she's been fighting some blindness periodically. So yeah. So if you have any driving hints or skills, or little.
Look to the side.
Yeah, look to the side. Yeah, and you guys run a full containment seat, right?
Yep.
Nice. So.
Yep. So I was down a little bit over this way, a little bit as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I was able to see just enough until it slid over just that much.
That night, when we went back in the pits, I sat in Dirty D's car, Dustin's car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, everyone would be turning off my front bumper the first race because I'm not used to it being that far.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm standing by the right front. And I'm like, you're like a mile away, it feels like. Oh my goodness. And then he was telling me about how the clutches work and like the 3 gear. Well,
he just runs a sag. I run power glide, so mine just
okay. So yours is forward backward, or is just it still the H?
All the way down? Nope, all the way down and then 1 up, and that's 1 to 1 second gear.
Okay, gotcha. So it's almost kind of like like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Ish. Okay. Ish. Yeah, where you go past. So neutral's more in the middle.
Neutral's in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
And then it goes second and first, and then we race in second.
Second. Okay. Nice. What has been your favorite night of the year?
Winning the feature.
Yeah. I mean,
leading 18 of 20 laps, I think it was 19 of 20 maybe.
Okay. And what date was that again?
That was
like July, August?
No. 31st. When
because I was trying to think, because I know
I just won the last time I raced. What
was it fair?
So fair was what?
Was it 14th?
So the week after the fair.
Oh, the 24th.
Yes,
Okay, 24th.
24th.
Yeah. August is so long.
Yeah, 24th. Because then the week after that, the hood flew up. So yeah, it was the 24th.
Okay, gotcha. Racing can be so humbling sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Go from your highest to your lowest. All right, we got Scott Cuxhouse here. Brandon, we never started any of this. Maybe you should videotape your dad to see where it all started from. You spun the 95 car out, and we reacted with disbelief, and then your dad started to want to beat you up. Chant in front of the pit stands. I mean, yeah, I kind of remember that. And maybe you should watch the video again and tell everyone where the 1R chopped you off and where wheels turn left at all. I mean, I've seen it.
Let's see. So I drove it in hard for the 95, collected them, but they didn't send me to the back, so he got sent to the back. And then the 1R, if you watch closely in the video, right before we enter 3, my car does one of these, but I knew it was coming, so I stayed this way and drove him up the track.
Yep.
Stay in your lane.
So, I mean, I hate, there's not a lot, but there's a few sprint car drivers that do that too. Out of nowhere, they'll be running their lane, and you get next to them, and they turn hard. I get the turn hard to, pinch my momentum, but, not to the tires.
Yeah, not to the tires.
Not to the tires.
I mean, I did it. I started on the outside this year. When I got to lead one time, the 1R was leading. I got the outside. I pitched my car this way, and I just tapped my fender on his fender. Mm-hmm. I didn't pinch him down or nothing. I had my car pitched, and I was just pitched.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Scott! Did you stay in your lane? Really?
I was until I drove him up.
Yeah. So what I hear is that he was up or down, and he was not going to push him up until he started pushing Brandon down, and then Brandon was like, "Well, if you're gonna push me down,
he came in.
push you
He
up."
had a run on me. I stayed on it. I was like, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I gave it extra or whatever. I stayed in extra. I put my nose to his window. As soon as his window was there, he came right down.
Yeah.
You could see the bobble in the video. There's a hair bobble like this, and I just kept my car this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I'm not gonna wreck someone intentionally. I mean, I'm not out there to do that.
yeah, we all starve, right? And work hard and for all that. I mean, fender racing is fun because there's a lot more rubbing, but with more rubbing, I'm sure that there's more two sides to every story.
Yeah, I'm not out there to wreck anybody.
Yeah. Is there beef? No, there's no beef. Tiny Horse, when you getting in the street stock? Oh man. So we'll go real quickly into Wilmot results. Need to cool down just a second. let's
We're
cool
good.
down. Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, because I always like to make sure our guests are comfortable too. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna come on here and then we're gonna have everyone comment and slam you.
We're good.
Yeah.
Come down and talk to us if you have an issue.
Yep. He's got. We're gonna be at the. I mean, there's drivers that I'd love to see in street stocks and bandits and stuff. I would love to be in a bandit, and just race Zelski, or some other guys, and kind of not rough them up, but just be like, hey, I don't do it in the non-wing car because we can actually hurt ourselves really bad. But I don't mind roughing up people too. And I saw Cody Potter was back. I forgot. Since he stopped showing up with the 57 car. And I was like, ooh, that's a good looking car. And then, of course, it's Cody Potter. So I know he's one to rough feathers, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of my sponsors said that he has the aura to own the number 3 car.
Yeah.
To put a number 3 on. He's like, I love watching you. I know people are going to be mad at you, but it's fun to watch. Ryan, when someone lets me run theirs, okay. I need an out of place race for every division. Yep. All right. So top 5s for the results for Wilmot Raceway on 9-7. We'll start backwards. We'll start with the 604 Wings. Fast time went to Greg Olson. Heat race 1 went to Greg Olson. Heat race 2 went to Tommy Sexton. And then CJ Malik had to wreck Olson's sweep for the night by winning the feature, +4.
Way to go, CJ.
Yeah, great job. I remember watching you guys line up, and I'm like, oh, Sexton's got it. He's starting on the pole. And then you actually started in a decent spot. You're always starting in the 5th row. Now you started in the 3rd row, and you win. So awesome. So CJ went +4, Tommy Sexton -1, Greg Olson 3rd +3, Matt Vanderveer +5, which is hard charger, tied with Ralph Johnson, who finished 6th. And then Ian Steer -1, but he went to the tail, and then he drove back with no right front shock. So that's pretty crazy. In modifieds, heat race 1 went to Tom Neubauer, heat race 2 went to Joel Crowbridge, feature Steve Mueller +7, Joel Siegert, hard charger +17. When I saw that, I'm like, I don't even need to do any more math for anybody else.
Wow.
He started at the tail, started 19th, finished 2nd. Jason Worth +1, Mike Wittenberg finished 4th +1, and Joel Crowbridge, who was my pick to win, finished 5th at +2. Street stocks, heat race 1 went to Robbie Olson, heat race 2 went to the champ Blake Cruiser, feature the champ won, so he ended the season on a high. +6, almost hard charger, but not quite. Dustin Holland finished 2nd +4. Cody Potter finished 3rd +7. That's your hard charger. Troy Hensley -1, and Tim Kalenka, right? Is that how you say his last name? Kalenka. Okay, -3. You can never be so sure with Babbitt or myself. And then in the wingless, fast time went to Tristan Furseth. Heat race 1 went to Rusty Egan. Heat race 2 went to Zach Radar. Heat race 3 went to Alan Hafford. Feature went to this guy who is a has-been, myself, +3. Hell of a race with Jimmy Sivia. That was so much fun. He started a row behind me, but I don't even know how he got in front of me, but he did. But he finished 2nd, went +3. Rusty Egan finished 3rd, -1. Clayton Rossman finished 4th, -3, and Alan Hafford +5. And then your hard charger was Johnny Falk, who finished 6th with +6. But yeah, that was a fun feature. Don't remember a lot of it because my GoPro didn't even record it, which I was really mad. Do you run a GoPro?
No. I have one. I never put it on.
Yeah. Okay.
You should.
You should. You should. Yeah.
Shut all these guys up.
Yeah. Because like some people have GoPros, but they're like, oh, that's like bad voodoo, like superstitious.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not one of those.
No.
What is your superstition?
I don't got nothing.
You got nothing. Nice. Well, you got a green car, right? Or is that yellow? Chartreuse, right?
What?
Your
car?
Yeah. Well, the car's white, but the
flow yellow.
Flow yellow.
The
Okay.
other car. Yeah, the other car's flow orange.
Flow orange. Okay. So peanuts in the pits, green car.
No, nothing really.
Nothing really.
No.
Nice. My superstition is talking about crashing on race day, like as you're getting into the car.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't crash. It's like, no, really? Okay, now I'm not gonna try to do that. Oh man, but yeah. So it was a fun race. But yeah, still upset that my GoPro didn't capture it. But luckily we got Maddicam, so I got to hear what they were doing when I threw all those sliders, and that was fun. First time I threw it, and I just didn't want to get into Sivia, so I threw it way too hard. And when I was about 10 feet from the cushion, I was like, yeah, I'm going over it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like 100 miles an hour faster than I need to be.
Yeah.
Hit it, went over, and then he got by me. And then I was trying to time him to do it again in 3 because the cushion was a little bit lower in 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like if I went too hard, I wouldn't bike. But then he got tight off of 4, and by the time we got going straight, I was underneath him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta throw it again, and I'm gonna see the big wall. And I was like, no. So I just tried to spin myself out right before I got to it, and it pointed me back straight. So
that was awesome.
Yeah, and then from there it was just don't screw it up, Crane. Don't screw it up. And then thank you to the lap car, Jordan Wingless, I think is his last name. He was a lap. We got to him.
Yeah.
Right going down the back chute for coming to the checker, and I was like, yes. Can't throw a slider. Tori, your wife will always be your biggest supporter. Nice. What has been the funniest advice that she's given you, or pep talk before getting in the car?
She always tells me not to drive stupid, but
don't drive stupid. That's a good one. Ashley said she doesn't drive all this way to watch me suck. Which is funny because she was telling me when I was getting in the car for the feature, she was like, top 5 would be nice. And I'm like, we're starting 4th. I'm going for the win. It's the win or we're coming off in last because this is the best starting spot that I've had all year. Clayton Rossman, there's no respect in that class anymore. I mean, okay, I can see that, but I mean, I feel like all classes.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah. It's everywhere.
Because I mean, I even remember Steve Sinclair saying a few years ago, like with the Wingless, they're like, yeah, don't turn into the wing guys where you guys like each other. Like they don't like each other. Mm-hmm. Not everyone can pit next to each other. I don't know if that is getting there, but I'm feeling that's pretty close in the Wingless. Is there any of that in the street stocks? Would you say a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Jimmy, i.e., the thing that needs to be worked on is the staging because officials not paying attention when all cars are at staging and Mike yelling at drivers to. Yeah, that was your feature, right?
I guess. Wasn't my wife said you should? I was like, I didn't hear him. I was in the car and staging.
Yeah,
but I was like, they didn't even call us a staging. She said they were just ripping us a new one.
Oh my! Like I was just like, dang.
Yeah.
Like. So the very first call because the PA system wasn't working correctly. Like I think it was the only speaker was the one above the mic with the.
Okay. I heard street stocks.
Yeah.
I was there in the car down there, and then I guess they were just still yelling.
Oh, they were. Oh my god. So they called street stocks, and then for the features, which I thought was good, that Mike was calling the features.
Yeah.
Because we can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So they called street stocks, and then within 2 minutes, you were gone. Cruiser was gone. Both Olsen cars were gone. Like all this side of the east side of the track was gone. They were already over there, and then they're yelling and yelling. I'm like, who's missing? So then I heard through the grapevine that they were trying to line you guys up in staging, and they didn't know on the track side that you guys were in staging, trying to get lined up. But at that point, I'm like, just get him out there. Because, like, he was just like, we need to go back. And first one in there is you start on the pole. And I'm like, No one's over here. They're all over there. So yeah, that was funny. Got it worse than the 604. Well, yeah, because the street stocks were the first feature. Once the features start rolling, you know where you're at. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the wing guys were pretty good. Mister gave them the Murdo.
The Murdo wave.
The Murdo wave. Oh man, no, there is. Dustin. There's been so much.
Probably for
pitted next to each other.
I'm thinking respect. Maybe.
Respect. Okay. No, there is. Okay. Communication is key. Yeah, of course. But yeah, so you have the Fall Classic coming up, which is nice. It seems like there's more money to win for that for the street stocks.
A little bit more. Well, I mean, we'll see what they're doing with this other extra money they're collecting still. But
yeah.
I'll try and talk them into a little bit more money.
Yeah, I mean that's every driver, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So
but it's nice to go to the fall specials and just that's what I mean. Go for fun racing, but all the other fall specials are good pay.
Yeah. Out of the ones coming up, what's the best paying one that you're going to?
Will be Beaver Dam. I think their Saturday night's $1,200.
$1,200.
But Gravity last year was. Well, I'm not going to Gravity this year because it's the same as Wilmot.
Oh, okay.
But they were $1,000.
$1,000.
I finished second and still made $500.
Yeah, that's one thing. Going down to Indiana and racing with the steel box, and they're 12, 14 cars, and they're paying $800 to win.
Oh, yeah,
it's like,
nice. Yeah.
And when they pay you the same day, which is great.
Yeah.
You go to the window, and they're like, "Do you want us to cash it for you?" And you're, yes.
Yeah, that's how Gravity is too.
Yeah. I love that. That's how I get home.
Yeah.
I can't go into a Pilot and be like, "I have a check here."
Yeah.
I just need some gas. I can't pay you right now. So Wilmot 141. Beaver Dam, you said.
Yep.
And then, which is your favorite track, actually?
I like 141.
141?
Yeah,
I love that track,
I like
too.
141.
Yeah.
I wish it was an hour closer. I'd go there every week.
Yeah. Is there's
street stocks.
You do a Saturday show, though,
Saturday,
right?
yeah.
Anytime we go with the wings, or the sprint cars, it's Sundays, yeah. I mean, that's not... I mean, the track is... I mean, people rip on it all the time. But, they run... How many cars on Saturday? The local Saturday show, they have over
100, sometimes over 200. I mean, the fall special you usually get around 2 to 3.
Yeah, and then Sunday they turn it around for the sprint cars,
yeah.
and it's still a decent track.
Yeah, it's gonna get black no matter what.
Yeah,
I mean, Wilmot's going to that way now, so
yeah. Do you like the harder to read clay?
No,
or
they always make the wrong adjustment.
Yeah, or I should say,
I liked Wilmot when it was heavy all the time.
Heavy all the time, yeah.
My car loved it.
Yeah.
Now it's trying to figure out what shocks I want and getting back each week, trying to figure what we're gonna do. I've messed up quite a bit this year for setup.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is everyone's got to go through that too. It's not like you're the only one driving on it. Everyone's driving on it. So 141's a good track.
Beaver Dam would be fun. I mean, sucks they're shutting down.
They are shutting down.
They're just doing
or
specials for next year.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie Landcourt. I threw in $100 at Chris Saturday
Thank
night
you.
for street stocks for the 21st. So it's
$700.
Nice.
Awesome.
Love it. So that's the Saturday portion of the show. Nice. 700. Okay. I was actually shook at when I was talking to Dustin about what your pay is.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys have more snot under your hood.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I was like, man.
Yeah.
Talk about when you're like, oh, we should be getting paid more, and then you're just like, oh, they're not. Whoa.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. No, we just do it for fun.
Yeah. I mean, jeez. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully, okay, so 700 win. So it's normal pay though for Thursday, Friday though, right? Or is it?
Nope. When Thursday was normal, Friday was 400 to win.
Okay.
60 to start, maybe. They said 60 or 70 to start. I forget what it was.
How often do you go through tires? Because I know they're hard, but...
Well, this year I had brand new ones on.
Okay.
Went through 2 of them. Yeah.
It's always when that happens.
Ball joint, went through another one. That wrecked one. But I bought 4 this year, and then my dad had some... He bought 8 a couple years ago and never even used 4 of them still. So.
Okay. Nice. So, more horsepower, smaller wheels. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, smaller wheels, yeah. And we're allowed to groove and do all that stuff to them, so...
Yeah. Is there, without giving secrets away, is there a lot, or is it a little? Is it more based on track?
For grooving and stuff?
Grooving, yeah.
Kind of based on track, I should say. I buy the tires pre-siped.
Okay. I had to sad face Dustin Hollins.
200 to win.
200 to win. Blake, we
threw two of them.
Okay.
Do you know what's small? That's my brother-in-law.
Okay. Nice. So, yeah. But like you said earlier in the show, like you don't really want to get up to any late models. I mean, try stuff.
They'd be really cool if I won the lottery.
Yeah, that's true too. Because their rollers are So it's street stock cost, brand new roller.
Brand new roller?
Yeah.
$30,000.
30.
Maybe a little less, but yeah,
Okay.
close. I mean,
30 would do it.
30 would definitely do it.
Okay. And then your engine.
30 would probably be with engine.
30 with engine.
Yeah, I'd say 30 with engine.
And then what are your rules? Because I know that they're kind of switching between like what they were in MCA. Is there any engine change, or is it the same?
It's about the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah, we're allowed up to 362 cubic inches.
362. Okay. So basically, it's just a 350 then.
350. Bore out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And any special engine builders, or is it more of like kind of just in your shop rebuild stuff?
No, we have a brand new motor from Thierry's this year.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, because that's what Dustin said. He was like, "Oh, we got a new motor under the hood," and I was like, "Whoa, that woke that car up too." All right, here we go. I knew this question was coming in. I prepped him too. Does he know Bob Adams related to some Mertes' family up that way? My wife's family name is Mertes, Chicago, Wisconsin.
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my aunt. She's pretty good at that.
Yeah. I think that's something that's getting lost in generations. Like it's like, oh, that's your third cousin.
Yeah.
You're like, cool, nice, all right.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, because I said Merce is in Sheboygan, right? It's Sheboygan area, DC, right? While we're waiting for that, sorry, voice to text. Blake cost Brandon 2 tires. Sorry, voice to text. Blake cost Brandon 2 tires. Okay. Yeah. I'm also adding 100 to each night for the street stocks. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I do think playing words is fun too. Like fall classic, but yet it's the last 3 days of summer.
Yeah.
But like, we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
We'll roll with it. How do you think? I'm excited for it, but how do you think attendance is going to be with 3 days? Like, I'm always worried about 3-day shows.
I would see not many people Thursday.
Okay.
Probably you're saying for stands or like
Yeah, stands.
Yeah. Probably not busy Thursday. Friday and Saturday might be like a regular night probably.
Okay. All right. Let's try to do this right. Let's see. Oh wow.
Oh.
Now wait, we still got one more weekend. We got one more week. I was like,
Yeah.
rain all 3 days. Nope. Well, that's still bad.
That's free. Yeah, that's free.
That's still bad for a race day. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, it's only Monday too, so like.
Yeah.
It
always changes.
Yeah. It's my car. Charlie or I'm just Charles Mertes from Sheboygan.
I don't know.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. But yeah, awesome. All right, so Brandon's race is coming up. Fall Festival, 3 days, all 3 days. Then 141, and then
141 and Beaver Dam.
Nice, awesome. Next races for us is September 14th at Wilmot, September 19th at Wilmot. Hopefully, I'm gonna be in a Bandit either on Friday, Saturday, or even Thursday. I don't care. I'll do double duty. I got a couple helmets.
Yeah.
How many tear-offs do you go through? Not that many.
I go through quite a bit.
Okay.
Usually a pack lasts me 2 to 3 weeks.
A pack will last me like a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends how the
Yeah.
track is, but it's been
Kinda-
been
Yeah.
I
Kind
think
of
I
dry.
probably used the most tear-offs in heat races this week.
Okay. Yeah, I had 2 stacks on for my heat race helmet, which is just my helmet with the clear visor and the feature visor or feature helmet.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I took last weekend. I put a new pack on,
Mhm.
but then I had like 7 left over. So I just put it on the helmet after I was done racing it, and then so when this weekend I had like 18 on, and I was just like, whoa. And I'm glad I did, because I literally went through 9 tear-offs in the heat race.
Yeah, I don't know how, but Blake said he doesn't wear no tear-offs at all. He just gives it a wipe, or he's always out front. So
Yeah.
but I don't know how he can not put any on his helmet at all.
No insurance policy, man, dude. Good. Well, I guess that's initiative to stay out front.
Yeah.
So when I don't run a rock screen, that's when I usually stay out front a
Yeah.
lot more. But yeah, I always get hit with stuff when I have a rock screen. But if I don't have it, it always misses me. But yeah. And then September 21st. Yeah, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's Fall Festival. Looking for a ride Saturday, but definitely are still going to watch on Saturday. And then September 28th, we'll be at Shady Hill in Indiana for their Steel Block 1000 to win race. So that's nice. And then October 19th is Championship Night at Circle City. And then we will start getting this podcast down. So who would you like to thank, Brandon?
Who would I like to thank? First of all, I'd like to thank my wife for taking care of the kids while I'm always out working on the car.
Yep.
Thank my dad for making the car look good. Sorry, I wreck it all the time, but
it still looks good.
Yeah. And then Surfside Bowl, Jacobson Excavating, Pfeiffer Plumbing, Heather Thompson with Remax Elite, Affordable Floor, Melon Septic, Addicted to Deals, Luis's Pizza, Ron and Pat's Pizza Shack, Crystal Valley Property Maintenance, Smallman Tools, Casey's Cabin, Advanced Tree and Stump Removal, Top Tier, and Duca Doors.
Nice. And if you need anything from any of those people, make sure when you go in there, you talk to someone and say that you saw them on Brandon Mertes' car.
Yep.
Because you don't know how much that little bit just goes. So I'm sure when you go shopping for stuff, you look at other people's race cars for, like, I'm just saying, like, you need a garage door.
Mm-hmm.
You look for people. Yep. Yeah, that goes so much.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Holland here, 3 in heat and 5 for feature.
Go up one.
Oh, sorry. I think Saturday's track was best of the season.
I think it was pretty good.
Yes.
Yep. It had a hair tack to it still. I like that.
Yeah. So the hard part with track conditions is sprint cars and usually fender cars look for different track conditions. But for the sprint car, like, I thought that was perfect. So
yeah, no, I liked it.
Liked it. Yeah, when I went out there to line up, I almost spun myself out. Because I was set up for the cushion, and then I was just like, well, let me catch up to the pace truck and kind of like do like a cheater slider real quick through the bottom and slide, and I almost spun myself out. I'm like, all right, married to the top. I can bury it because I know I'm free. I'm super free. But yeah, the cushion was great. The dust was down, which has been, I guess, my biggest complaint would have been just it's sometimes too dusty. I feel like in one more than anywhere else.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I was
Sometimes
using.
you get the bump in one too.
Yeah. Sometimes I use the transponders because they're on the tail tank on the right side, so they flash, and that's kind of how I see where those cars are. But yeah, Saturdays was the best for I mean, it could have been rubbered up, and I'd been like, "That's great, we won." What's up, Shay? Awesome win at Wilmot. Thank you. Dustin, how did you like the track, real quickly? Oh yeah, he said 3 out of 5. Okay, there we go. That 3 in heat, 5 for the feature. Okay, now I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay.
3 out of okay.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 for the heat. And was it too slimy? I don't think it was too slimy. It was just a lot. I think we were just expecting it to be different.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Because like, I got a friend out in Washington, and those nights where it's really dusty, but there's a cushion. He's like, we don't have that. It's like when he sends me pictures of it, I'm like, it looks like a track that wants to have sprint cars, but had only ever done fender cars for track prep. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the cars are looking for different stuff. But yeah. So, my side, we'd like to thank Next Gen Pumps, Paulman Auto, RevTech Manufacturing, Rouge Helmets, Ashley Bree Photography, Painters Plus, Bain Nelson, Jack's Helmet Design, Pinnacle Media Productions, Daybreak Church, Mirror Image Coatings, Turo Tents, Hold My Beer, Bricks and Minifigs of Kenosha, Outrageous Apparel, Canines4U.org, Wise Guys Barbershop, And then special thanks to my beautiful wife Ashley, mom and dad Mark and Gail, Big One fan Kyle, Nathan, Lauren, my nephew Cooper, Ladders, Dave, Elliot, Hunter, and Caleb. Your secret word is gonna be more cushion for the pushing. There we go. I know it's a sentence, but my brother listens to it on Spotify later, and he'll just randomly text me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I said like 2 days ago. That's funny. 3 tear-offs in the heat race, or heat, 5 tear-offs for the feature. From Dustin. Yeah, I went through, like I said, like 9 tear-offs in the heat race, and then I went through the other 7 tear-offs chasing Sivia because he was pushing oil. Like, you know that smell when you're chasing someone and you're like, is that me?
I know. Always like, no one's waving. I don't see smoke in there.
And your gauges, they're straight. They're straight.
Yeah, I always see smoke. It's like, is that me?
Yeah. So, and then we don't, because we're not fancy, so like we don't have those fancy tank cooler, things that you put on the tail tank to keep the methanol cool in the sun. So I just have a window visor from Walmart, because that fits nice.
That's what that was on the back.
Yeah, just to try to keep the methanol cool. Yep. We don't have any of those fancy blankets for the hood. Mm-hmm. We just have a moving blanket. The first time we did it though, we just threw it on there. Well, we didn't see that it melted on the headers, and then it got hard. Right, so when we pulled the hood, we were like, "Oh, all right, cool." Well, that smells weird.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's starting to melt, and I'm like, "Okay, like something's melting down now." And I'm like, "I still got a lot of power. Gauges are normal. All right, well," and come off the track, and you just see it. And you're like, "Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was." Oh yeah, and Autumn, you're not forgotten again. I'm sorry. So Autumn here, she's our rep for K93.org. She brought the puppy, and she was standing on the fence for the feature, and all the team was sitting up. So when I drove BG's car last year, we led every lap except for the last lap and a half, and everyone was already on their way down.
Oh, really?
And so I was like, no, don't do that. Like, you wait till you see crossing the line with the checkers. So they waited until we crossed the line, and then they all booked it extremely fast. Mm-hmm. And I'm so sorry, Autumn, that you were forgotten. I am so sorry. Because, like, we're in Victory Lane, we're like, the interview and everything, we're taking pictures, and I'm like, oh, Autumn's not here. Uh-oh.
Whoops.
But they did remember the most important one to my heart, and that's Ashley. Because the first time we won ever when she was there, she got left behind in the pit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I just tell them, like, make sure they're... So thank you, Hunter, for making sure Ashley was on the ATV to get down there. But, yeah. So next week's guest is Louis Pels... I can never say this right. Palmazzano. There we go. Louis Palmazzano, kart racer. He was on before, back in the day when we were still doing it off my phone. So it's been probably about a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years since he's been on. So we're going to be talking to Louis about his season with the kart racing at Badger Kart Club and all that he's been doing. If you've been to the Racing Roundup show, he's been on there, and they were at the Badger Kart Club stuff too. So very cool, very cool. But he's next week, 7 p.m. Central. Dustin here, Heat was great. Tacky but slimy feature was great as well. Tacky and rubber down. I did actually notice that when they're pushing me back, because the berm was so big you couldn't even cross it with the ATV, so I had to go back on the track, and I heard the tire squealing. I'm like, oh, thank goodness it wasn't a 25 or a 30. And someone found that. Oh man, that would have been lights out. I was seeing tire smoke coming off the 8. Wow, so it was that early in the night, and none of the sprint cars found it. Maybe Clayton found it because he was running the bottom in 1, and he ran 4th. So it's okay. I had to check on the puppy. Yeah, then that's another inside joke because we won because we had puppy power.
Oh,
Scooby-Doo puppy power.
Nice.
Yeah. So does anyone else have any other questions for Brandon or myself? Because this was a fun show. They're always fun.
Yeah, always fun.
Yeah. I always get nervous, too, because I'm like, okay, what are we going to talk about? Like, okay, then I'm like, we're race car drivers. Like, if I had to buy something from you, I'm sure we'd be talking for like an hour and a half. Does your wife go with you to go pick up parts?
No.
No?
No.
Did she make that mistake?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
She's smart. Okay. I mean, Ashley's smart too, but she stopped
She
doing
didn't know
that.
nothing costs.
Yeah. It was $10. Can you imagine that? Yeah, there's some stuff that I get from deals, and then Ashley's like, no. I'm like, no, seriously, they really needed it gone. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I know. She kind of figures out based on front end, rear end. Oh, we're looking at that's probably $1,000, or that's $2,000. But yeah, she stopped going with me to pick up parts because we just started talking. Oh, it should be a minute. Yeah. An hour later. What was taking you so long? Oh, well, we were just talking about the move or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Awesome. All right. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Central, here live on Facebook with Lewis. Thank you, Brandon, so much for coming in. And, it's been fun. It's been a fun year. Ish. Yeah. I mean, a lot of downs that seem more than ups.
Yeah.
But
We'll make it a fun, special run.
Yeah. Now, points and go for the money.
Yep.
So, awesome. Who keeps track anyways? From Dustin Holland. I know Klumko oversees it, but I think he's got a few guys that have been doing it all year. I heard a rumor that they quit, but they didn't. Yeah. Those rumors, man.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yep.
David Crane here. What kind of beer are we drinking? I'm drinking a Bud.
Twisted Tea.
A Twisted Tea, and I had a garage beer in staging. I didn't open that, but thank you for the garage beer. Love that stuff. Almost brought the point, but didn't. But maybe next week. But yeah, so awesome, guys. Like I said, thank you again, and we'll see you at the track. See us September 14th. See Brandon September 19th, 20th, and 21st at Wilmot, and up north. He'll be up there.
Oh, nobody, Dustin.
Yeah, nobody.
Keep track of spending money on race cars. Nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Awesome. All right, guys. Peace out, Girl Scout.